spending a lot more time at home means that, you know, your surroundings are really important if you're at home all the time, especially if it's cold. However, getting out in the cold's fine. There's no such thing as bad weather, just the wrong clothes. So, I've actually, I did have a bit of spiritual fatigue, I think, actually. I was watching way too much content. Was sort of studying astrology and then looking at the geomagnetic storms and then delving into gene keys. And, you know, I'm being neurodivergent. I've always got like 8 different tabs open, but I did see some incredible conversations happen with Martha Alter Hines. She's done 2 sort of group chats now. I just watched the second one that aired today. Highly recommend you check that out. Just a group of wise women talking about the times. But something I wrote in my journal, which I just read, was decluttering your old self. So I think we've all had a lot of transformation this year, and you might be surrounded by stuff that just, it doesn't really ring true for who you are now. It's hard for me as a hoarder who had a father who was a hoarder who died this year, because I've sort of been surrounding myself with little bits and pieces from him, but it's always with the intention of, it's just visiting. I need his a little thing here and a little talisman there just to feel like he's still with me. But I feel I'm at a point now where even if I had nothing of his in this home, I'd still feel like he was with me. So it's taken a lot of healing and a lot of purging, a lot of crying and a lot of insight. But yeah, decluttering the old self. So yeah, your physical space might hold past versions of you. And when you're burnt out and you've had a big emotional year, having things in your space that take up that psychological real estate, that sort of niggle at you like, I really need to sort out that blah-de-blah. I need to mend that dress that's sitting by the couch, or I need to, you know, I've been watching lots of productivity videos that are not so much like about, yes, you must get everything done. It's more about how to stay focused on what the most important task is for your well-being. And at the moment, for my well-being, I need a clear, calm, peaceful, cohesive space. So having a clear space means you've got a clear mind. And yeah, you sort of approach it in pieces. For example, yeah, just grouping things together. I'm not going to make much sense because I had a massage today, people. And it was one of those massages that just leaves you like, I just released some stuff. Like, the divination rods came out at the end and I was completely aligned. It was such an incredible massage with brilliant music, brilliant aromatherapy, just lovely, wholesome people and conversation. Spent most of the time during the massage talking about the astrology with my lovely masseuse friend. And yeah, I was holding so much tension in my jaw and in my head, just in my cranium. Like she does Reiki as well, so she just picked up that I was very much up in my head, needed to get back into my body. And I have hypermobile joints, so I'm very sort of lanky and gangly, and things pop out easily, and then I get tense and stoopy like this. But when I didn't have my phone, I was very focused on my posture. Like, I just felt more aligned. So, phone detox, great experiment. Just lock it in a box and tell everyone you've lost it for 3 days, and they'll leave you alone. And then, sure enough, you'll be back in the world of social media and notifications. But I've decided to get a new phone and wipe everything and start fresh. Only keep the apps on there that I use. I'm not doing any of this syncing of the iCloud and looking at old pictures of myself and everything that happened this year. I'm kind of like, no, I'm starting the new year with a new phone and a clean slate and backing everything up onto the computer that I can deal with later. But yeah, I was in this massive state of overwhelm of like, I've just got all this stuff to get rid of and all these photos to get rid of and all these, and the computer keeps crashing because I've got too many photos and I'm trying to edit videos and I'm trying to record music and it's just all too much. And it was just, yeah, it was a lot. So I got quiet with myself. I had a couple of walks out in nature. I played music and I did some decluttering, and clearing a space is clearing a story. You know, your home and each room sort of tells a story. Like, this is my room for this is my room for that. And I've got a really good friend who's got a YouTube channel called Natural Flow Alchemy. She's a brilliant human design expert who's studying interior design, and she sort of helped me out with my initial, how do I make my space more cohesive? And she's all the way in Australia. I'm in Scotland. But she was able to just give me a few hot tips that were just really helpful as to how to make my space still be a bit rustic, let's say, but more clear, ordered. And then I found a few other people on YouTube that were just like, you don't need this, you don't need that, and like, let's get to the root of the problem. Stop buying things. So for Christmas, I've decided I'm having an orphan's Christmas because my mum's in Australia and my sister's down south, and yeah, it's just been a year. So I'm going to have a Christmas with my cats, and I'm going to donate a lot of stuff to the community. I mean, they'll be doing me a favour by taking a lot of Dad's things. He was born in Scotland, so he'd be happy to know that they're going to a good home. But like, when I think about the amount of time and energy and effort I would have to go to try and sell all these antiques and things on eBay, it would be such a emotional head. I want to say the F word, but I don't want to be too rude. It would be challenging, to say the very least, after the year I've had. So I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm feeling called to just give stuff to people. And if they don't want it, re-gift. And that's feeling good. So I'm feeling a lot freer already, just freeing up space, but space in my head as well, like emotional space, space in my heart, space in my head, space in the place, London. Do you remember that song? Anyway, something I also wrote down was, you are allowed to outgrow what previously served you. So yeah, just because, you know, you had this pile of broken things and some super glue and were able to like mend lots of pretty little porcelain trinkets or plates or cups before, and that used to give you a great dopamine hit and feeling of, I fixed something that was broken, doesn't mean that you have to keep doing that, because seeing that shoebox full of broken stuff that needs to have a day put aside to glue it back together and then feel like, oh, I did something good for the environment and it's not going to go to landfill. That's a big part of why I'm sort of like a fixer rather than a thrower outer in the binner. That doesn't even make sense. But my other friend suggested, if you have a broken plate, but it's a really beautiful plate with a lovely pattern, to get a plant. At the bottom of the plant, put the shards of the porcelain plate / mug / broken thing, so that when you repot the plant, you can go, oh, there's that lovely plate that I broke and is now being utilised to drain the soil. And I thought, what a beautiful way to like let go of something, but in a useful way that's kind of hidden and not burdensome. Does that make sense? This might not make sense to a lot of people, but hey ho, I've had a massage. been meditating a lot and having lots of intuitive hits about ideas, like about creating a drop-in songwriting hub where someone's going through something and they don't know how to process it, and I sort of can facilitate helping them get the words out and then turning it into a song with structure and just the sort of showing them the bones of what a general song structure might look like, and then how to get the feelings and words out onto the page and then matching them to a simple chord progression and helping people see that they can channel whatever ails them into beautiful music. Then I had this other idea, healing through song. I'm just looking at my notes. Oh, and the whole quadrant thing. I've been doing the quadrant thing where you get all the things you have to do, especially this time of year being the silly season, Christmas cards and people come over for a barbecue or whatever it is. It's very easy to get caught up in the collective energy of like urgency and got to get the wrapping paper and got to give the card to that person and got to get to the post office on time. Blah, blah, blah. It's very easy to get caught up in that Christmas rush energy, but a walk in nature, let that ground you and prioritize your things into urgent, not urgent, important, not important. And then you've got your urgent, important, your not urgent, important. You know, prioritizing tasks has always been problematic for me because I get distracted. So I feel like I'm finally starting to tackle that. There's also a few apps you can use, but I'm a pen and paper girl. So that's what I've been doing. And a bit of pattern interrupt. Yes, pattern interrupt. Google that, people. That's where you have an impulse to do something, like buy something useless or waste time untangling all your cables when you could be writing a song, because you're so easily distracted. Look at your to-do list before checking emails. Like, so it's about the order that you do things, and alter the space to remove the trigger. We get distracted when we get overwhelmed. Is it because the other thing is more interesting, or is it a block due to a strong emotion? Pattern interrupt. Okay, so then my takeaways from this week being, I'm trying to just check in each week with what I've been doing. Sort of more like a vlog it's turning into, but I will refine the channel. I'm still adding to the playlists the sort of gems of wisdom that are really speaking to me at the time. I'm going to do a quick reading for the collective for the upcoming solstice and new moon in Sagittarius that we have happening kind of now. And just, the rest of the year. What do we have for the collective for the rest of the year? I'm going to ask the BlackMoon Lilith Cosmic Alchemy Oracle. And what do we have? Oh, beautiful. We have Mother Earth Adama. What a beautiful card. And that's funny because I was just doing a meditation about connecting to Mother Earth. And the night before the solstice, it said to do this mother worship night where you sort of get out into nature and sort of pay homage and say, there's a pagan tradition where you say this sort of chant about, respecting all of the mothers in your lineage, your grandma, your great-grandma, Mother Nature, mama time. Feeling that Cancerian energy. The Black Madonna. Another mother card. Isn't that interesting? Sacred Dark Goddess Madonna. And then we have Black Moon Lilith in Libra. You deserve balance. Yeah, we all deserve balance. It is just difficult sometimes. that's a beautiful spread for today. I'll make a short with the interpretations of those cards. Don't mind my brain fog, and I'll just give you guys all a spirit animal from the wonderful Kim Krans. I just love the holographic nature of this deck. I went a bit deck crazy. I got myself just 2 new decks for Christmas because I like Kim Krans's decks because although they're not traditional Rider-Waite tarot, sometimes you just need one card and you just know everything that that card is saying. You just intuitively know. If you know archetypes, you pull it, and her can't find that word, definitions and translations and divinatory meanings are always on point. Oh, look what we got. Sea serpent. It's a bit like the Ouroboros, but it's the sea. And we also got dragon. I was born in the year of the dragon. So I'll quickly read these 2 because they're shorter than the BlackMoon Lilith Oracle, and I'll make another short or a couple of shorts about the cards that we got for the collective. So, Sea Serpent. It's a really cute deck because it's mini, so it's like, I'll find it. And this may take a minute, guys. I feel like I need to play some elevator music. Dolphins. You would think that a sea serpent would be in the water element, wouldn't you? You would think. There's no numbers, so you just have to go by element. I'm very sorry for the wait. This is a true test in patience. How have you all been going? What have you all been traversing? Put in the comments. No. So maybe a serpent. Snake. Different element. That's interesting. This is a fire. Oh, God. I'm going to have to cut this, which I really don't have the energy to do. So I might just upload it as is. Oh my gosh, Bonnie, just find the card. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to make 2 shorts, which are going to have the divinatory meanings for the cards that I pulled. We have the dragon, the sea serpent. I'm going to make some more content tomorrow when I'm feeling a bit more fresh, but I hope everyone's well. Just checking in to give an update. In case you thought I'd thrown in the towel, I am going to be focusing on my music more, but I still want to check in with the collective and grow my community. And I will be building a website and starting a school community as well. So stay tuned for that. Big things happening in 2026, but for now, I think the energy, although we're in this intense, fiery Sagittarian energy, with all the other placements and shifts and solstice is really like, let's all just turn the lights off and stay in and just nest and rest and digest and reflect. It's been a year, guys, for all of us, and we need to preserve our energy to get ready for action when we spring back into spring and summer. So deep rest is needed. Take care of yourself. Be you, be true. Thank you.